Hi, folks. Welcome back to our live chat. Good to be with you all today, and I hope that you will join us today. And we're going to be making a few chips here this afternoon and just taking a break from work today and just enjoying a beautiful afternoon here. And I hope you all are doing well. I want to remind you a couple of things coming up in August. I've mentioned it before on our live streams. It is our 17th annual wood carving seminar at Norwood, Missouri at the Norwood High School at the multi-purpose room. It's August 10th, 11th, and 12th. And if you would love to be a part of that, get a hold of us on our Facebook page at Hill and Holler Wood Carving Club, and we'll be glad to send you information about that. We've got some great instructors lined up. We've got Chris Willock from the former Carving Magazine. He'll be with us. Roger Stiegel from around Mayflower, Arkansas. Of course, I'll be there. And then we have Jim Marler, who is one of our local artisans here in our area, who is fantastic. He just got invited to go to Europe to present some of his work here just a few days ago. I talked to him, and so he'll be teaching drawing and basic drawing and shadowing and how to make your pictures really come to life. And so he's a great instructor. He's done a lot of portraits and for famous people and just a lot of folks in our community here, and he does a wonderful job. So if you're a non-carver, this would be something, and even if you are a carver, to learn how to draw. And if I wasn't teaching, I'd probably take his class to just sharpen my skills of drawing, which needs a lot at times. So anyways, it's good to have some of y'all with us today. Hi, Janice. It's good to see you, and S. Chapman. And we're just glad to all. And Alan Goodman, my goodness, good to have you with us, Alan. I've heard a lot about you down. I think you're from Tennessee, I believe, and I've always enjoyed. I think it was the Smoky Mountain Wood Carvers down that neck of the woods. And thank you for being with us today. And well, it says here we need to up our volume, okay? But anyway, we'll try to get that taken care of. Thank you for letting us know, Michael. Appreciate that. Jerry Clark. Hello, Jerry. Good to have you with us today. And so we're going to be doing just a carve along today. We don't have anything really special in mind, but I am going to be doing a tool giveaway, and we're going to carve a face live today in this tool. And this is about a 5/16 gouge, and I put a wine cork on it while we're carving this. That way I don't cut myself or whatever. So we're going to get started that here in just a little bit. And so and then we'll pick a comment later on at the end of the show here, and reach out to you and let you know who won today. All right. And so again, always safety first. Make sure that you have your glove on. And I hope that you all are enjoying the videos that we've been putting out. And we enjoy doing them. It's a lot of work, but it's enjoyable work. And so again, we're going to start here. Hopefully you can see in the camera pretty good. We're just going to kind of do a guy with a mustache today, along maybe a beard. And again, I don't know exactly what this wood is. I need to call Ramelson and ask him what this stuff is, but maybe those of you who know what it is, you can let me know in the comments. So, but anyway, we're just going to take off here and make our plain cuts here and just carve today. So I'm going to try not to talk so much, and I'll try to hit some of your comments, or if you have questions, we'd love to hear from you. And we're trying to answer many of you back as possible, and sometimes it's impossible to get everybody. But again, if you're not subscribed, we'd love to have you to subscribe and like our channel and be a part of it. And we just got through filming quite a few episodes here for the summer, and we're looking forward to getting those out to you soon, and just different variety of projects. Hopefully they'll keep you going through the summertime. And while the summertime's getting pretty warm, you'll be able to hopefully find maybe a nice shade tree and some lemonade, or maybe you're in your house or wherever, and just enjoy the summer, relaxing, carving, and coming up with new ideas. And so, all right. Well, we're going to read some of your comments here. Hi all from the north of Europe. Good to catch another show. Thank you so much, the Carving Swede. We appreciate you reaching out to everybody there. And we're just glad that you all could join us today on this Saturday afternoon here in the States. And so right now we're focusing on our plane here and of the mouth. And so I'm going to put it right up here to the camera where you can see a little bit. I hope the light's not too bright there, but we'll try to get some more features in there. And so we're going to take a number 2 gouge, and like normal we put it right there on the side, and we put in our 2 cuts to represent the bridge of the nose. And also too, we're creating the area for the eye plane. And this is Daryl Wilson. He says, "Hello, Van, from Hutchinson, Kansas. I really enjoy your videos. Thank you." And Daryl, we thank you very much for participating, and hopefully you're learning some things that will help you become a better carver. And you know, I enjoy carving. I just think it's very relaxing, and it's just neat to take a piece of wood and bring it to life. Normally we'd think, well, what can I carve in this? And but it comes together after a while, doesn't it? Sometimes you have to walk off from it and think about it a while. But anyway, we're getting the forehead area here worked down, because we're going to put some hair here after a while. It's kind of like this guy here. I brought some samples I've been just working on. And this guy here, we did took a block here, and we really gave him a really spiky looking hair, and I kind of like that look. And so always be, you know, just get courageous and get out here and just try different expressions, things like that there. And there's one with a toothy grin, and things like that there. So don't be afraid just to try different things. And again, this is just a stick of wood, and have fun with it. So, and let's see, there's another piece here. Here's one. Now I don't know if I brought, no, this is not the one I brought, but anyway, this here, we're showing a little bit of teeth. Normally wouldn't have teeth there showing on the upper mustache, but sometimes some people's teeth does show when they're speaking. And so anyway, we got it twisted and turned up. He's kind of looking away. So I've been practicing mustaches and just different features, and oh, there's an old grin we're going to be trying to do a video on here before long. I call it the Burger County grin, and his teeth are overlapped, they're offset, and so again, that gives you a different expression on your carvings. And so again, just don't be afraid to try to jump off there and try different things. And then, you know, we're going to be carving on this little farmer right here. He's about 3 inches tall, about an inch and a half wide. And so, but yeah, just try different things. And now we will be doing a video on just carving from a block of wood, not a bandsaw cutout, not a rough out, not a coping saw, just taking it from a block of wood, just like this here, and marking it out and laying it out to where you guys can know where the head, shoulders, and elbows, and feet, and so on and so forth is when you're laid down on a piece of wood. So that's coming up later in the year. So, all right, let's get back here. Hello from Arizona there. All right, wonderful. Thank you. My land's that and that wonderful. Thank you for having us today. All right, and again, we like to reach out to up there to all kinds of you there. And there's Ken. Hello, Ken. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. All right, so now we're going to take our knife here, and we're going to make our stop cut right here. And this is going to be part of the mustache. Now again, when you're working on a small piece of wood in your hand, remember that what's behind this wood is your hand and your fingers that you love to eat dinner with, or breakfast, or whatever. So always be aware and where that tool is going. And so just take your time. Now this is not very good wood. It's a little hard, so I'm going to be kind of struggling through this today, so that's all right. And it just helps you appreciate when you get some good piece of basswood. And I think it's good to try something different, and then you go back to basswood and you think, man alive, basswood is And last night we had our carving meeting, and one of the guys, he brought down a piece of aspen. He's going to do a relief carving in it, and he got it at a local Menards, and he's going to try to carve a relief carving scene in it. So I'm looking forward to seeing that in his piece. And so aspen is another good wood that you can carve on and make some wonderful projects. All right, so we're getting our baseline here established for the mustache, the outer edge of the mustache. All right, this is Bobby Jenkins. Hi, Bobby, and absolutely love your videos. I'm new to carving. You make it look so easy. I'm struggling, but your videos are helpful. Well, hang in there. Hang in there, Bobby. It's just a matter of practicing and practicing and practicing and keeping your tools in good shape. And hello, Donnie. My goodness, and thank you. Good to have you with us down in Arkansas. And he came up for a class a while back, and great carver. He's on his way to becoming a good carver, Donnie. And I appreciate you coming last month. Hope that you enjoyed your time with us. All right, says here, sometimes I have problems with proportions of my body. For an example, a setting person, heads and arms and legs, and any pointers on that subject. I'm going to refer you to Don Mertz. He just did a series on setting and carving a character in a setting position. And if you'll go to Would Be Carvers, that's wood, like B-E-E, like the insect bee, wouldbecarvers.com. He'll have a series on that. And I've been reading up on that. And it's very interesting. I think it'll be a great help to you there. And he's up around Ohio area, and he's been carving for a long time. I believe he's a member of the Character Carvers of America, and if not, he should be. And but anyway, yes, that can be a challenge. You know, I've not done too many people setting in positions like that, so I don't want to give you something that I'm not experienced just yet. But mostly mine are standing, or sometimes laying down. You know, I'm working on a hobo that's kind of laying down and taking it easy. So maybe we can show that down the road, because when you're laying down on the floor, your body takes a different position and shapes. Where did I get my apron? Well, this apron is from Mountain Wood Carvers out there in Colorado, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's Velcroed, where I can catch all my chips, and then when I go outside I can just flip it and not get it on the carpet. And now there'll be a few pieces you'll get on the carpet, but yeah, so it's got a piece of leather here to keep you from poking yourself in the chest and things like this here. So I think it's worth the money, and I use it a lot when I'm at different places carving, so that way I don't make a mess wherever I'm at. But yes, that's where I get, and you might be able to get them other places too, Janice, I don't know, but that's is where I got mine at. And I've had this for like 3 or 4 years now, so it's been a good apron. Hello, Frank. Long time no see. Hey, I'm glad you finally caught our show live. I really enjoyed the club meeting last night. Yes, we did too, and enjoyed having you there, and we're looking forward to you coming back again and meeting with us, all right? And that will be, we're going to take the month of July off of our carving meetings, and then we'll be back in August. Of course, we'll be teaching a seminar in August, as I said, and so we're prepping for that, and so our classes are filling up. So if you're interested in coming, why, please reach out to us to Hill and Holler Wood Carving Club on our Facebook page. Now, for those of you that are just joining in with us today, I am carving a face in a tool, and this is going to be our giveaway at the end of our live stream today, and you'll have the opportunity to receive this tool when I get done. It's a 5/8 inch gouge, and excuse me, a 5/16 gouge, and so anyway, we're going to just take our time through here and hopefully carve you a nice little face in this. And you know, those of you that carve, you know, people who are in your club or organization like that, this would be a great birthday gift for somebody that likes to carve, and it'd be something special that you remember that person by, that they thought enough of you to carve this for you. And so yeah, that might be a project that your clubs could do. You always want to think about, Christmas, folks, is just not very far away. Already got people has ordered online things to carve for Christmas, and so you got to be thinking about that too. Christmas is coming, and people want to get a head start on that. And so I'm trying to get my 5/16 gouge, soft V gouge here, and that way we can split this guy's forehead here a little bit. That way we're creating a division there in between the eyebrows. That way he doesn't have a unibrow. As I've said before, we're not carving a werewolf. Break up that eyebrow. All right. Do I ship abroad? I have in the past, but since COVID and everything, it has become a real pain in the neck. And so, I mean, we can try, but you'll just need to email me at my wood carving email address, and we can try to work something out for you there. But right now, we're mostly sticking to the continental United States here. All right. All right. Jerry Clark there saying, I guess you're assuming you're talking about the 5/16 soft V there, Jerry. Used one in the seminar. I like them. Again, Kryshak, Kryshack, is now handling the Mike Shipley tools, and also Hummel, Hummel or UL, I believe. Anyway, you'll find if you Google it. But this is a 3/16 soft V, and it's almost like a U, but not quite. But it's just great for lips. It's great for wrinkles and just different things like that. And they come also in a 5/8 version of it. And here I'll show you that. This is a 5/8 here in the camera. And again, this is a soft V that you can use also on larger projects and things like that there. So yeah, it's great tools. I like them a lot. All right. Gregory Slim, excuse me. Hey Van, I dig your videos. Love to see you carve a TIK. Thanks for sharing your amazing talent with us all. Gregory, you're going to have to tell me what a TIK is. So I'm sorry, I'm not on up to par on all this jargon that they have, these abbreviations of things. So I'm a little bit behind the class there when it comes to that. But so if you could reach out to me here again and tell me what that is, I'll see what we can do. But we're just taking our knife here and taking shortcuts here because the wood is very coarse. It's very pretty dense, and we don't want to make a big by taking off too much here, because it is a very tight grained wood, and we want to keep control of our tool at all times. And again, folks, this is why it's so important to make sure that your tools are in good shape, that they can carve some harder grained woods. But again, like I said earlier, you'll sure appreciate basswood when you go from one of these to basswood. Any tips on carving female faces? Yes, Timothy, we're going to be doing, I know y'all don't think I'm going to be, but we're working on that, on carving a female face. Carving a female face, you want to make sure that you take smaller cuts in the face, and not bold cuts like you would on the male face. And that's, you don't want the female face to look too hard. You want it to look feminine, soft looking. And so that would be one suggestion. And also two is, whether it's a female face or any type of face, study it very well. Of course, our lips the male lips are thicker, the women's lips are thinner, so always think about that. And also too, they do not have this bone that sticks out on the brow area like we do here. It's very smooth from the nose here, and it's very smooth. It doesn't have that divot right there. It's just a very shallow dip right through there on women. So don't make that divot right there when you're cutting, because a lot of people will take this nose and they will not on the male, when you're carving a male, they won't make the stop cut right there. it looks like the nose sometimes is going up into the forehead. So just be careful when you're either doing males or female noses there. And it's very petite on these females, so, and I'm glad that they are. So, but yes, take your time making smaller cuts on the female faces. And again, I'm still learning. I'm still processing all this, and trying to be a better carver every day when I sit at the bench or sitting here. All right. Alan, you said they use beech for the handles. Not 100% sure. Okay, beech wood. Okay, that makes sense. But anyway, why, whatever wood. It's not bad, you know. But again, make sure your tools are sharp, and mine are. You know, I mean, and but again, don't be afraid to jump off and try some other type of wood. You know, there's sassafras here in Missouri, and there's, you know, even, you know, catawba. I know James Barr, a resident carver down at Silver City, he uses a lot of catawba wood in his larger projects that he does, and small projects also. And he's also a great carver also. But if you ever get down to Silver City, Branson, stop by the wood carving shop there at the Valley Wood Carvers and say hi to James and the other carvers that are there. And always enjoy having people come by the shop there. So, any tips on preventing wood from crumbling, especially when carving the eyes? A couple of things. It might be that your tool is not sharp. That's probably a good way of saying that's probably what's causing your wood to crumble. And I'm not saying though the wood could not be a little bit spongy there, a little ornery. So just make sure that your V tool or whatever it is, how you're carving your eyes, make sure that you know, the tool is in good shape, because it will tell on you. Absolutely, it sure will. Yes, I agree with you, Alan. Super sharp tools will prevent tearing, and I think that's the problem with a lot of carvers, first-time carvers, is their tools are not sharp enough. I even try going, you know, I go back and revisit if it drags just a little bit. I mean, I'll go back and redress it again, because I don't want it to ruin that piece of wood. And you know, as you know, all know, wood is going up in basswood, and so you know, we want to make sure that we get the best that we can out of the piece that we're working on. So. Yes, Alan also says catawba is really great. And catawba, if you don't know what that is, I call it a string bean tree. It grows really long string-looking beans. And then right now in my yard, it is in full bloom, and it is beautiful flowers on it. And so yeah, go out there and lob off a limb that maybe has fallen or whatever, and give it a try. And so, like I said earlier, don't be afraid to jump off and try different types of woods. You know, now I like sassafras too. I'm working on a wind spirit right now, wood tree spirit in sassafras. And so yeah, all right. So now we're going to come in here and we're going to put a mustache right about here, bring it down, and make sure that our cuts are good. And then we come in here and relieve that and make that mustache stand out here. The reason why I like doing these little tools like this, Harold Enlow, when he was teaching carving, he would do a lot of these and sell them. And I've got, you know, a few of his, and I've always appreciated every one that I bought from him or that he made or whatever. So, and we miss Harold in the wood carving world. And but we got great carvers coming on, and I'm sure there's some here online today that are great carvers. And you know, I would encourage you, if you're good at carving, I would start trying to teach classes somewhere at a local community event. You know, offer classes. You know, you say, oh, I couldn't do that. Well, you never know till you try. You might be surprised. Just teaching beginner stuff. Teach what you've learned, and this is all about sharing with how we have learned from different people. So it's all about sharing stuff. And again, I won't give you a dime for anybody who won't share stuff when it comes to carving. They think that they think they're it now. Well, I don't have much time for those type of folks, because life's too short. And so we're going to show and share all we can to people, and because it's not about you. It's about sharing the art and helping other people to become good carvers and having fun at doing this. Ken here said Alan used to do videos, and yes, I remember seeing a few. Maybe you're still on YouTube. I don't know, Alan, but if you are, why, folks, look up Alan Goodman, and he's a great carver. He really is. And yes, Enlow was a magician with a knife. I love him, absolutely, and just fantastic gentleman. He really is. And him and Elaine, his wife Elaine. And if you think of it, pray for them. They're not in too good a shape right now. They're just going through a pretty rough time. And as we all get older, why, unfortunately, things don't go as well as we'd like to. But anyway, just keep them in your thoughts and your prayers. But here we are. We're getting to the point here. Maybe we can start putting in some eyes and things. And but we're getting the base of the mustache here. And so I'm going to pull him up here to the camera where you can see him a little bit better. Maybe the light's too bright there. Maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to get it to where it's not glaring on you, but I hope you can see that a little better. Kevin here. Hi, Kevin. Kevin was attending. He was with me just a while back in a class. Speaking of Enlow, is the carving faces with the 4 tools by Harold Enlow worth the purchase? I would say so. His tools, you can't go wrong with Harold's tool. Now, I believe they're made by Ramelson. Make sure that they're good and honed. Again, any tool that you get, make sure, ask them about the condition. Are they already sharp? Do I need to work on them when I get them? And you may have to. Or if you don't know how to do it, get a hold of someone who can. But yeah, I recommend the tools that they have. You really can't go wrong. And the carving Swede here says have one of his on faces. I like it. Well, that's good. That's good. And Harold, he was just a fantastic carver and has shared his art for, my goodness, probably over 50 years now. And still, he's being a great influence on a lot of carvers, and a lot of us are standing on his shoulders, or trying to keep the art alive. And him and Peter Engler were really close friends. So Peter also was the one who really brought carving to life in the Ozarks here, and really has... Unfortunately, Peter, he passed away, but he's got a shop down at Branson called Peter Engler Designs, and down toward the downtown section of the city. So if you're down in Branson, stop by Peter Engler Designs and talk to Mary Bowman. Him and Mary were business partners for years, and yes, and so. Always enjoy going down to see the carvers they have there at the Peter Engler Designs down there. They have guest carvers who come in also there. All right, so we're just adding different cuts here and there to kind of break up the beard, and so that way everything doesn't look the same. And Jerry Clark says here, carvers are the greatest. They always share their secrets, unlike other crafts. I agree with you, Jerry, 100%. And I don't know what it is about it. I like sharing what I've learned, and I think that just makes the world a lot better. I think we need more carvers in the world. We'd have less trouble. But anyway, all right. Now we're going to take a pencil and we're going to draw in the eyes here and the eye placement. And so we're going to do, and again, if you have the way of doing your eyes, stick with it. And if you find a way that you like the results, again, stay with it. And whether it's sharp, learning how to sharpen, hang right in there and keep at it. All right, now I'm going to come in here and use a number 12 V. It's a very small V, and we're just. Alan says here too, you may have to address a Ramelson tool. They tend to ship them in plastic bags. I never understood that, but be aware, they're great once they're sharp. So. Yeah, I used to handle some of them. They would come in boxes and also plastic sleeves, like Ziploc, very cheap Ziploc bags. I never could understand that either, Alan. But anyway, yeah, once they're sharp, boy, they last a long time. All right, so I'm going to take my number 12 here, V, and I'm going to outline the upper eyelid. Again, we're just taking our time through here on this journey. I'll be teaching a class up at Knot Hole, that is a wood carving store up at Pleasant Hill, Missouri. That is 15 minutes southeast of Lee Summit. Of course, Lee Summit is next to Kansas City, and so Joyce Anderson runs the store there. Her husband Andy passed away last year, and she and her family are still continuing the store, and I'm so glad that they are. But I'll be there in November around Veterans Day for a 3-day class there, Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday. And so if you're around the Lee Summit area, Kansas City area up there, why, please, so we'd love to have you to sign up and be a part of that. And we will try to update you as that gets closer. Right now we're thinking of warm weather and not thinking about cooler weather right now. But all right, so we're making our three cuts in each corner of the eye to create the eyeball. And we are taking our knife here and making those cuts and creating that eyeball. Now, hopefully you can see that there and on the right here. And so we're going to just take the tip of the knife and bring it on top of that eyeball and make that stop cut. That way this will give this more depth in the eye. All right. Very good. All right, that eye worked out. Now we're just going to come in here and we're going to put in the bottom lid, starting from the outside, working our way in. And my experience, I tried to take art class in high school one time, and I couldn't. We were trying to make a clay rabbit, and I couldn't grasp that rabbit for some reason. And my art teacher said, "You need to probably go take another class. I can't teach you anything." And so she goes, "Why don't you go take a shop class?" And I don't know if she just didn't like me or what, but I just could not wrap my brain around doing a rabbit in clay. And I thought, man alive, okay, whatever. So I did, and that's kind of where I got started in carving. I asked my shop teacher if I could carve a project for that semester instead of building a piece of furniture, and he did, and he gave me that opportunity. And the first piece I ever carved was a Harold Enlow bandsaw cutout of the mule that is in his first book that he come out with back in the the 70s and early 70s. And I'd wish I had kept that mule. I don't know where in the world he ran off to, but I wish I still had him, just to show people how far you can come. And again, I'm still learning. I haven't arrived. I don't think you will arrive, but I think you just keep trying for that and try and be the best that you can be at it. And again, it takes work. and so don't be afraid of work. Never hurt anybody. All right, so we're going to come in here and we're going to make our stop cut here for the mouth, and we're going to make that little shadow in there. All right, I hope you can see that there. Yes, I would be very interested in coming to on the east side, Tennessee and Virginia, North Carolina, to teach a class. Absolutely, I would love to. North Carolina would be great. Okay, well, I'd be glad to come to both states. I'd be glad to come, and so reach out to me, and we'll chat about that. So I'd love to. I've got over 100 and some rough outs I could bring with me, and so we are always trying to add to our rough outs. We're going to be adding some more this fall to the collection, and so because every time you go to a show, someone says, well, you brought too many, or you didn't bring enough, or you didn't bring enough of this, or didn't bring enough of that. So when you're dealing with the public, you got to have thick skin, and anyway, we're having fun going to these shows. Now we're going to be in Omaha and also in October, and we'll be putting more information out on that. They're going to have their wood carving show out there in Omaha, Nebraska, and so that's coming up here in October, and so we'll be doing. I think we'll be one of their vendors out there, so looking forward to that too. And we're going to be up, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, up around Springfield, Illinois in September to help them with their show, and in this September. So again, as that stuff gets closer, we'll put more information out on it next time we do a live stream or update our website and things like that there. Okay, so we're about right here. All right, Alan, thank you. I appreciate that, and I look forward to it, and be glad to help anywhere I can. And so, hope you guys can see that better. For some reason, I'm having a hard time seeing it. Maybe I just need to get it closer for you. But anyway, that's what he's looking like right there. And like I said, if you're just joining us, this piece here, this is a 5/16 U-gouge. We're going to be giving this away at the end of the live stream. And so, little hand-carved face, a guy with a long mustache, and we're going to get some action here in his forehead here in a minute. And so we are going to probably do that now. Take a V-tool here. And see, I take some of my tools like this, and I do the same thing. I put faces in them, and I've got some that's double stacked and whatever. So just have fun with it. And again, put as much detail on your carving as you possibly can. It is because I know some carvers will just paint the eyes on, and that's fine too. But I would encourage you to get out of your comfort zone and learn to carve eyes and ears and all the features that goes on with the human, and the best that you can. So, and don't worry about what people think about your stuff. We all still are trying to improve every day, and don't get hung up on, well, this don't look like so-and-so's. Well, it's not. It's supposed to look like your carving, and you're going to come up with your style of carving that's going to fit your little niche there, and take as many classes as you can and learn. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to sit down sometime somewhere and do it by yourself and take care and carve out your little niche. And you never know, it might be just what people are looking for out here. All right. Thank you, Charlie. The October show, the Omaha show is October 21st and 22nd. And so if you're out in Omaha, Nebraska, stop by there at the German Pavilion, and that is October the 21st and 22nd. That will be their show and sale of their carving club out there. And so, but anyway, like I said, as it gets closer, we'll try to put more information out there if you're around the Omaha area. So, all right, we're putting some hair here along here, and hopefully you can see that hair there. Yeah, there we go. And so, well, Kevin, thank you very much. Kevin came, and he was from St. Louis area, and if you're around the St. Louis area, stop by the Route 66 park that they have there, and that's where Kevin works at, and he brought me a nice coffee mug of Route 66, and he's with the Missouri Department of Revenue, with the not the revenue, but the Missouri Parks and Department of Natural Resources. That's what I was trying to think of, and they run one of the parks there, and he came down and brought me a Route 66 cup, and I appreciate that, Kevin. I had a cup of coffee, or a cup of tea the other day with it, so I have put it to use. All right, and all right, so it sounds like you guys got a show out there in Charlotte, in the Charlotte area, so that's wonderful. I hope that went well for y'all, and hopefully I've not missed too many of you, but if I have, well, it's just part of it sometimes. But anyway, we're getting now to putting the mustache now, the hair and the mustache. Now, always think about, you know, if you're doing a Santa Claus, I use a U-gouge to give it a more softer look of hair on Santa. And on my cowboys or Indians, I give them pretty rough looking hair with a V-tool. And also too, if you're doing animals, you know, bears and wolves and things, V-tool is a more coarser looking hair. And so experiment out here with your stuff. All right, we're just putting in the hair here on the mustache. Taking our old denture brush. I get questions about that denture brush. I bought 6 of them at one time, and I bought them at a local pharmacy, and one of the ladies has known me for years, and she just couldn't wrap her brain around it why I needed 6 of those brushes. She didn't think that I was that far gone about needing a brush for dentures, but I tried to convince her it was for wood carving. She goes, yeah, So anyway, so far that's what I'm using them for, because they're good stiff brushes, the bristles on it, and plus it's got this little area where you can get in the nicks and crannies and things and clean out the little fuzzies, and just a neat little tool that you can add to your caddy or to your tool roll or whatever. Now we're coming down here just a little bit by the cheeks here, putting in the hair, and then we're going to put a little bit of show that there's a little bit of a lip right there. All right. I'm going to pull him up here to the camera where you can see a little closer and go from there. Yes, the show I was telling you about in Illinois is at Sigmund Valley, and that will be September 2nd. It'll be a one-day show up there, and it's around Springfield, Illinois, and where, of course, Abraham Lincoln was. That's where, in his neck of the woods, and so we'll be up there if everything holds. So I'm glad, Kevin, that you're using that blue brush that I gave you. That's absolutely, it works great. It works great to help getting rid of the fuzzies and things. So as we get him up here closer to it, you can see. Now we're going to get ready to put in the pupil of the eye, and we're going to use like a #1 micro gouge here. And again, what I'll do is I'll put a stain over this to where your hands and my hands, wash it, and then I'll seal it. And that way, when whoever gets this, it won't darken every time you touch it and put your hands on it, because we have natural oils that comes from our hands. And but again, we're going to now come in here, and I'm using a #1. And this is a Dockyard. If you like, you can get those pretty much anywhere at your wood carving supply stores. And since we're not going to paint this guy, I want to show you how neat this looks of putting in these little pupils here in the eyeball. and I push in and I wiggle, make sure that they're good there. And you know, you can leave that part of the eye in if you want. And some people, they I don't know if you can see that or not, but you can leave them like that, or just take them out and and then darken them with a little pen or some little paint there. And so anyway, that's how you can put little pupils in. So we're just going to stain that, and that way it will protect the wood, and that way it doesn't darken over time. So you know, and I use my tools, even though, you know, I've carved on them, and that's what I use them for, you know. And it's a good conversation piece. You know, it's just a great way of stimulating the carving world out here with conversations like that. So, all right, so now we're going to come through here, and well, thank you, Arthur. Appreciate that, and appreciate your comment there, and also MB. It looks amazing. Appreciate that. We're trying. And so we're going to now take our number 12V and come in and just put the eyebrows in. Now some people paint their eyebrows, but like I said earlier, as much detail as you can. Please put it on, you know. And so that just, again, just brings your carving more to life and more realism if you can put these little things like that in it. Alright, so we got the eyebrows on. I'm going to address this nose here right there. Again, using our denture brush. And you know, if some of you are in an area where you don't have carving clubs or anything like that there, I would encourage you to start one. That's what we did here. We got to talk, you know, why go to Springfield or Branson, or, you know, why can't we start something here? And so we did, and it's been 20 years now plus. We started our own club here at Norwood, and we don't have a big group, but boy, we have fun, and we like to tell stories more than anything, probably, but we do get carving done. And but now we're coming in here and just putting in the cuts for his part of his beard. Now again, if you're just joining us, this is going to be a giveaway at the end of the stream here, and this is going to be a hand carved tool, and we carved a face in it. Now when I'm doing hair, I mean, I go every which way, and I would just don't make your hairs too straight. You know, get in here and twist and turn. Use that wrist of yours and make some deep cuts in there, and as you're cutting and twisting, and don't be afraid to do that. We don't want everything to look uniform. We don't want everything to look like a statue. And so, all right. A lot of times just breathe and relax and enjoy the journey that you're on. And, you know, you're still going to have hiccups, mess ups, and things like that. So, hi, Scott. Thank you. Thank you for South Carolina. Thank you. All right. Well, Arizona. Hey, I'd come to Arizona if I could. Absolutely. If you guys are serious about it, I would love to come out there. And so I have a van and I will travel. So, and or fly, whichever is easiest. But we'd be glad to come and be an encouragement to you out there and help you all we could. Show you what we've learned, and hopefully get other people started. You know, I'm hoping that we're not losing a generation of carvers with this young people that we have out here nowadays. I hope it just seems like more people are interested in spending time on their phones and doing other things like that, which that's fine, but again, I think we're losing the handcrafted items out here. Maybe I'm wrong, but we need to get back to making more hand items, because I think it's more appreciated more than just going to your store and just buying something for somebody, whether it's for their birthday or for Christmas or whatever. A handcrafted item, whether it's, you know, if you do sewing, quilting, you know, carving, wood burning, whatever, you know. So, all right. Well, I believe we are pretty good shape there. I think we'll call it good there on that particular face. And so if you're just joining us, please leave us a comment. And at the end of the stream, we'll reach out to you, and we'll randomly pick someone to receive this nice tool, and hopefully it will be an encouragement to you, and just something you can enjoy down the road. Now, just a few more little things, and I know you probably got other things to do on a Saturday afternoon, but I don't know. I like sitting around carving on Saturday afternoon if I can. But a day worth spending is a day carving. I tell you, it's worth spending. And so I don't think it's a day wasted when you can get out here and make some chips. All right. If you make it to Tulsa, Oklahoma in August, they have a wood carver and art festival. Okay, and that's in August. All right. Thank you, Arthur. Appreciate that. All right. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. Hopefully you'll come back again, and we'll make some more chips down the road. Okay, so we're going to do the giveaway here, and so what you need to do is type in on the chat here, and we'll be reaching out to you here shortly. All right. So, all right. Well, folks, I tell you what, I think that's pretty much what we're going to get done here today, and I don't know how long we've been on, but we're just glad that you all was able to come, and it's almost an hour. I think we started. And so, but anyway, this kind of gives you an idea of what you can do with a tool that you may have and laying around, and give it a shot, you know, and you never know, you might come up with a neat little project there. Again, thank you all for joining us today. We appreciate your time, and we hope that you will just keep on carving and make the chips, make them fly, as some people say. And again, thank you for joining us, and I hope that you will be just reach out to us if we can be a help to you. Leave me a comment or email me, and we'll be glad to get back with you. And again, visit my website, Van Kelly Roughouts, and Van Kelly Woodcarvings and .com, and we're glad to help you out any way we possibly can. Until next time.
So Scotty E, it says in the chat for the giveaway.
Oh.
Ask him to just email us.
Okay, Scotty E, would you please email me and we'll reach out to you. Put the email in the chat for me if you would, please. All right, and there's my email. If you'll email that to me there, Scotty, and we'll reach out to you. All right, folks, thank you for joining us, and we'll look forward to seeing you down the road.